Okay, any verb can be divided into two parts. How many parts we can divide the verb into? How many parts are there? Two are there. Okay, one is going to be our main verb and one is going to be our helping verb. For example, if I say we are studying. So what is we here? A subject? Yes or no? And this are studying over
Yes,
here.
sir.
What is this? Are studying. Going to be verb. Right, when I say if I have to further divide this verb, it is going to be are is going to be what type of verb?
Helping verb.
Helping verb. So I'm simply writing
Helping
verb for helping verb. And studying here is going to be what type of verb?
Main verb.
Main verb.
Okay, so in different means we can also write them down as lexical and auxiliary verbs. So when I say verb, verb is going to divide into two parts, lexical and auxiliary verbs. Here, helping verb is known as auxiliary verb and main verb is known as lexical verb. Okay, lexical verbs are those verbs which are going to tell you about which action is going on. For example, what is the action going on in this sentence? When I say we are studying.
So studying.
Studying.
Okay, this is the work which is going on.
Studying.
Like they are playing, or I am studying, or I am playing. So when I say am is going to be my helping verb, studying is going to be my main verb or lexical verb. Okay, then we have auxiliary verbs, guys. Auxiliary verbs can further be divided into two parts. One is going to be primary auxiliaries or primary helping verb. Second is going to be modal auxiliary or modal helping verb. Okay, we can call it modal or modal helping verb. Now, when you talk about the primary auxiliaries, guys, they can be further divided into three parts. Okay, they are of to be, to do, and to have. Okay, in simple words, they are of three types: to be, to do, and to have. Now again, to be are of two type, past and present. To do is of two type, past and present. To have is also of two type, past and present. When you talk about be verb, be is going to mean was, were, am, is, or are. For example, if you get a sentence wherein you have he dash, and we have to fill in the blanks using something with be here and studying. So what are the options available? What can I say?
He is studying.
He is studying.
He is studying.
Okay. If I want to say something in the past time, then what will I say?
He was studying.
Was studying.
He
Okay.
was
Now if you
studying.
change this he into they, then I'm going to say they is
They
studying.
were.
They
They are studying.
And if you say they was
They are studying.
or they were,
They were
they were
studying.
studying.
They were
That means
studying.
whenever we have this word be here, okay, be is going to mean we are referring to is, am, are, was, were. When I say is, am, are, so it is going to be of which time? Present time. And when I say was, were, it is going to be of which time? Past time.
Time.
Okay, everyone. Now the second type of primary auxiliary, primary helping verb is going to be do, does, and did. Okay, so we call them to do. For example, we have he dash, and we have to put do here. His homework daily. What I'm going to use?
He does.
So he does his homework daily. Or I can say he did his homework daily. So when I say he does his homework daily, I'm representing which part? Which time? Present time or past time? Which time we are representing with does? Present time. And if you say he did his homework daily in the past, so I'm representing which time? Past time. Okay, verb is do only, but do does not mean do only. Do means does, do, does, or did. Do and does are for present time. Did is for the past time. Now in primary auxiliary, primary helping verb, there is one more type that is going to be to have. To have is going to be had, has, or have. In past we use had, in present we use has or have. For example, when I say he dash, okay, and we have to use have here, form of have, a house. So what will I say? He have a house or he has a house? He has a house.
He
When I
has
say
a house.
he dash in a house in the past, so what should we write? He had a house. So he had a house. I'm referring to this time. This one is going to be present, and this one is going to be
Present.
Past.
Past.
Okay, so see guys, these are going to be a primary helping verb. Now in all these things we are referring to only time, right or wrong? What are we referring to using these verbs?
Time.
Time we are referring to, right? So whenever we have primary auxiliaries, okay, we have primary helping verb, they're going to help us to understand which time we are dealing with. Okay, they always require some main verb, okay, so that the meaning can be complete. So here, for example, when I say they are studying, so we are using studying here. Can I simply say they are? Will that be right if I say they are only? Can I
No,
simply say
sir.
they are only? No. Okay. So similarly, guys, when you talk about these modals, okay, modals are going to be different type of verb, different type of helping verb. When you say the primary auxiliary verb or primary helping verb, they are going to tell you about the time in which the action is taking place. Okay, that is the only thing which we are going to know about through these primary helping verb. Okay, so these, if you talk about was or were, so okay, we can know that okay, something is continuing in the past time. When you talk about is MR, so we are talking about something in the present time. If you talk about to do, okay, so we have a past and present. Did can be there in the past time, present can be there in the do and does. Do in present time we can use do or does. To have can be there in past we are going to use had. In the present time we are going to use has or have. Now we have one more type of helping verb, that is going to be a modal auxiliary or modal helping verb. In there also we have two type of helping verb. Okay, we can categorize them into two type. One is going to be for past time, one is going to be for present time. But that's not all. Sometimes we use these past form for present time also. But that cannot happen with the primary auxiliaries. Okay, modal auxiliaries if I talk about, so we have like could, would, might, ought to, had to. Present time we have like can, will, shall, may, must, has to, and have to. Okay, so when you talk about these auxiliary helping verbs, so that is going to mean we are referring to modal auxiliaries. So any idea what's the main difference between modal auxiliaries and the primary auxiliaries? What should be the main difference? Anyone? We have discussed one thing earlier.
To past cannot be used in present in primary auxiliary, and
Hmm.
in model auxiliary past can be used for present.
Very good. That means you're paying attention. Well done, Aman. So that's right. When you talk about primary auxiliaries, guys, okay, we cannot really use the past form for the present time. Okay, or vice versa, we cannot do. But if you refer to modal auxiliaries, because they are going to be, there is a different meaning associated with different modal verb. Okay, that's why they're not going to tell you about time only. They're going to tell you about more than time. When you use was were, we know that we are talking about somewhere in the past. Is MR is there, we're referring to something in the present time. Did is there, we're referring to something in the past. Do and does is there, we're referring to something in the present time. Had is there, we're referring to something in the past. If you have has or have, we are referring to something in the present time. But if you refer to these modals, okay, they are not going to tell you about only time, they're going to tell you about more than time. Like modal auxiliaries are actually going to help you to tell the ability of a person, ability of a thing, power we are referring to. Okay, permission we are referring to. If there is a request, okay, that can be known using modals. Possibility, willingness, certainty, something is right or wrong, that can also be known using it. And something is necessary or not. So these kind of things we can come to know using modal auxiliaries. Okay, modal helping verb. But if you refer to these primary auxiliaries, they will always require a main verb, okay, to make themselves meaningful. On their own, we can actually make a sentence if you are just linking two of the things, but otherwise, they always require a main verb to make a sentence meaningful. But modal auxiliaries, if you refer to, if you have you're joining only two thoughts using these modals, okay, they are always going to be meaningful. They can give you a meaning of either ability, power, permission, request, possibility, willingness, certainty, something is right or wrong, or something like necessity. Okay, so different modals are actually used to show different things. That's why we are going to understand about them, because one modal, if you talk about, guys, for example, can is there. Okay, so can show permission, can show request, can show possibility also, can show also abilities. So one modal can have different meaning, but primary auxiliary verbs, they're always going to be associated with time, present time, past time, present time, or past time. I hope that is clear, everyone. Any
Yes,
doubts so
sir.
far? Okay.
No, sir.
Let's
Clear.
understand about the models, which model we are going to use at what time and how we are going to use them. So first type of model is going to be can. Now first use of can is going to be to show official power. Okay, official power means we are referring to something like the government is there, government body is there, and here the people working there, they have some power. Okay, so when you want to talk about that, in that case we can use can. Like the government has the authority. Okay, they can allow him to go abroad. Or we can say, if you talk about who can catch a thief,
So police.
police. Okay, so we can say the police can catch any thief. And who can kill any terrorist?
Sir, army.
Army. Okay, so we can say the army can kill any terrorist. So that means they have the official power to perform these actions. So that's the first use of can, guys. Now, if you have another use of can is going to be to show ability. Now, ability in which time? Present time or past time?
The present time.
Present time.
Present time.
Okay, it's not that we have to use can only. We can also use helping verb. That means we have primary helping verb with the main verb. We can go for that. So we can use is able to, am able to, are able to, or you can simply use can when you talk about the showing ability. Like there's a person saying I can tame the wild animal. That means he is able to do what? He is able to tame any wild animal. He can domesticate any of the wild animal. Instead of saying can here, what else we can say? I am able to domesticate or tame the wild animal. Now suppose in exam we have these options. Okay, we have to fill in the blanks dash tame only or domesticate we are writing the wild animal. Okay, this is a sentence and we have some options as can, could. Okay, we have am able to. So which one is going to be correct out of these?
So can.
Can. Okay.
Can.
Okay. So the third option, I'm able to.
I'm able to. Very good. Okay, we are going to go
I'm
for this
able to.
option here. Okay, don't think we are dealing with the exercise of modal, so we always have to go for the modal. It's like this, guys. Can is going to be, it's kind of nickname. We all have nickname at home. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
people around us, they know us using those nickname. Okay, but if I talk about, for example, I'm here. So do I know your nickname?
No, sir.
Really, right?
No,
sir.
Okay, until unless you tell me.
sir.
So if you talk
Sir.
about, if you ever have to choose between the primary helping verb with the main verb and you have to choose between modal, guys. Okay, so remember, we are always going to go for which answer? The one which is with primary helping verb. Okay, that is going to be the most appropriate answer because here we are telling everything clearly. When I say I can domesticate the wild animal, that is going to be my secondary answer. Okay, suppose I don't have this thing. I have just this answer, dash domesticate the wild animal. In that case, what I'm going to use?
I can.
Can will be
Can.
there because I'm
Because
referring
I can be there.
Can, sir.
because I'm referring something in the present time. But if I say I dash domesticate the wild animal, in that case, I'm going to go with primary helping verb with the main verb. The reason is because this is going to be kind of nickname and this is going to be kind of full name. Okay. So if you are talking about any sentence, if there is a sentence given to you in which you have modal and you have primary helping verb with the main verb, so always go for the right answer. The right answer over there is going to be one which is going to give you the clear idea. This one is going to give you the clear idea. Okay, can have a different meaning. We have to find out, okay, which meaning we are associating in this sentence. Like here we are talking about ability of the person. Getting beta?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now suppose we have this as the answer, can oblique am able to. Then which is the right answer now? You have two of the questions. One is going to be,
I'm able to.
Sir, I'm able to.
I am able to.
now we have two options, beta. We have this as the option. I dash domesticate the wild animal. Can, could, am able to, or can oblique am able to. What can be?
I can or am able to.
Oblique
Can
am
or
able
like
to.
am able to.
Because now we have the better option. Okay, in modals related exercise, we always have to go for the better option. So here we can say, okay, am able to is the first choice, but if you don't have that, then we can go for can. So that is going to be fine. But if you have three different options, although you'll be getting 4 options in the exam, but suppose you have 3 options there and last is given as none of the above. In that case, always go for am able to as the first choice. Second choice is going to be can. Okay, now can is also
Sir?
used to, yes, beta.
Sir, if we'll do can, sir, we will get our answer wrong.
Which one? In the first case?
Yes, sir. If
Yes.
am able to is also there.
Yes, beta. Okay, the
Okay.
reason is we always have to go for the proper answer. Proper answer is given using helping verb and main verb. Okay. And
Yes, sir.
if you don't have that, then only you have to choose the modal verb. Okay, because modal can have different meaning.
Okay,
That's the
sir.
reason. Okay. Okay, can is also, guys, it is going to be used to show possibility. Okay, when you are sure that something is going to take place and there's 80 to 90% chance of this thing to happen. In that case, we can use which word? Can again. For example, there's a person whom you have invited and you're saying that he can come to your house. So that is going to mean you're already sure. How many percent? 80 to 90%. Like you can say he can come any moment. So that means you're showing in the sentence that he can come any moment. That is going to mean there is a 80 to 90% chance, or there is higher possibility. Okay, can is also used to take or give permission. Okay, we can take permission from somebody or we can give permission to somebody. But in which case, when we are being informal, informal is going to mean you are talking to someone who is your sibling, like your brother and sister. Parents you are talking about. Okay, they are known to you. That's the reason we are saying informal. Okay, like at home we use different language. In office we use a different language. So with parents also you can use can. People, someone who is known to you. Okay, with them you can use, we can be informal. Kith and kins, okay, those who are known to us. Someone who is junior to you. Okay, someone like we have a classmate. So if you have these people around you and you are speaking to them, in that case you can use the word can. For example, can I sit here? So we can say yes, you can. So it can be a conversation between a classmate, okay, and you. Getting it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
For example, there is
Yes,
someone
sir.
who's junior to you, and you're just telling him that you can go now, you can leave now. So that is going to mean you're talking to someone who is going to be either sibling, parent, known people, kith and kin, junior, or classmate. Parents, you can use better word also, like you can go for may. Okay, but at home, the home language, we are going to use informal language there. So we can use can there. Okay, can is also used for request. But again, that request is going to be an informal request. When you are informing or you are requesting somebody for one thing. And if you want to be informal, then we are going to go for can. Like, can you do me a favor? Okay, so we are talking to someone who is known to us. Can I talk to Steve? Okay, suppose you called someone and you want to talk to Steve there. So when you say, can I talk to Steve? So you feel that there is somebody known to you over the line, then you can say can. But if you get somebody else there who may sound senior, okay, or who may be senior person, in that case, you can use a better word that is going to be may. Okay, can is also used to show nature or habit. Okay, when you say you know somebody very well and you know he can tell lies, he can speak the truth. Okay, so when you say can here, it is going to tell about the nature or habit of the person. All right. Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
sir, not yet.
No,
Now,
sir.
remember, guys, you may be aware, but remember again, cannot are not two different words. Okay, it is going to be only one word. Either you can say can't, it is with the apostrophe, that is going to be fine, or just write down cannot as one word. Okay, they are not two different words. So in writing also, do not write two different words. Okay, now the past form of can is going to be could. Now, when I say past form of can is going to be could, that means for the past activities, we like to use could. But it's not that could is always used for the past activities only. Okay, it is also used for the present time. We'll understand when we can use it for the present time. So first use of could is going to be could is used to show possibility in past. Okay, something was possible in the past. Like remember I gave you the example of my friend can come today or he can come anytime. That example. Everyone. There was a sentence here, right?
Yes, sir.
Like he can come
Yes,
anytime.
sir.
any moment. That means we are saying that it is going to be like 80 to 90% chances are there. When you say that something was possible in the past, like if I say it could rain a minute ago, that means it was possible in the past. It was possible, but it did not happen the way I wanted it to happen. Okay, to show past possibilities, you can always use could. Like I could win the race when last year. So when you have the words, phrases, adverb of time on the past, in that case, we are going to go for could. Okay, he could be there. We expected somebody somewhere. In that case, we can say he could be there, but he was not. While climbing up the hill, we could hardly talk to each other. Okay, there was no possibility to talk to each other. Okay, in exam, how will you identify whether we have to use can or could? Everyone. We have
Sir,
to
could
go
you
for
repeat?
okay, how would you identify whether we have to go for can or could? Like if you have I dash win the race last year. So how will you identify can or could in this
Sir,
sentence?
could
So
is
we
used
will
to show
use could
possibility in
when
the
we are
past,
talking about past. You
and
will.
can is
Yes,
used
sir.
to show
Okay.
possibility in the present.
Yes, can is for the present time. Okay, so here because last year we are using, right? Last year means which time? Present time or past time?
Past time.
Past time.
Past time.
So that's the reason we are using could here. Okay, and here we are saying he could be there. There means what? Somewhere near or somewhere far from us? Far from us, right? So that means we are referring to somewhere in the past. So we are going to use could
In the
here.
past.
Okay, if you say he can be here, sorry, he dash be here, then which word I'm going to use? Can be there. First choice is going to be can, until unless you are really saying that something is something was possible here in the past. Okay, now could is also used to show ability in the past time. Okay, like for the present abilities, we are going to use can. For the past abilities, we are going to use which word? Could. Okay, in place of could, we can always also go for the word like was able to or were able to. These are the two words we can always go for. Like she could run fast when she was young. Now, how will you identify we have to use could here, not can? What is given in the sentence?
When she
Was.
was young.
Very good.
When she was young.
Okay, she was young. We are referring to somewhere in the past time. So that's the reason we are going to go for this thing. Like he could speak 3 languages. When?
So
When he was young.
That means we are referring to somewhere in the past time.
when he was young.
Okay, so suppose you get a sentence like this. He could or can swim fast when he was young. Now he cannot or couldn't. What should we write?
He could swim
Cannot.
fast when
He
he
could
was young.
and he
He
cannot.
could swim fast when he was young. Now
He
he cannot.
Okay, so when I say he was young, we are referring to which time?
The past time.
Now
Past time.
So in that case, we are going to use could here. When I say now here, so which
Past
time I'm
time.
referring to? Now he cannot.
So
present.
Present time. Okay, so I'm going to go for cannot here. Okay, that's how we have to
Present.
identify whether we have to use this or the other thing. Now suppose we have he dash swim fast when he was young, and we have the option of can, could, or was able to. So which one is the right answer?
Or was able to.
Was able to.
Okay, that
was able.
Was able.
literally happens in the exam also, guys. You'll be finding sentences like here we have the sentence. Let me take this. Suppose you get this in the exam. We have can, could, and was able to. So answer over here is going to be was able to, because we are using helping verb in the main verb. Okay, just in the use of could we are giving hint, but in the use of was able to we are giving the direct address. So that's why we are going to go for something like this. So we are going to say he was able to swim fast when he was young. That would be right. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. Could is also used, guys, in the present time, but only one use is there, and that is for polite request. Often you will find those who are senior to you, okay, they try to use could when they are speaking to somebody in the present time. So could is not for the past time only. Could is also for the present time, but when you are being very polite to someone. Okay, suppose you're talking to somebody on the phone and you want to be very polite. In that case, you can use could. It's not that you have to use could only. We can also use other word that is going to be would. Like, could you tell me the way to the nearest post office? Somebody whom you found on the way, okay, and you don't know where is the post office. So when you are asking somebody, a stranger, so you want to be polite with him or not?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Want to be, right? So you can say, could you tell me the way to the nearest post office? So that means you are asking him politely. You can also say, would you tell me the way to the nearest post office? That is fine. You can also use can here, but can is going to show authority. Okay, can is used when we are saying that although we are asking you a question, but we know you are going to tell the answer back in a right manner. Okay, if you say, can you tell me the way to the nearest post office? So it is going to mean you are showing authority here. Okay, you are the boss, and then you are asking at the same time you are asking for the way. Okay, so if you want to be polite when you're speaking, then you can use could or would in the present time. Like, could you help me please? And would you help me please? Now in exam, how will you identify whether we have to use could or would? So this will be the word given to you in the sentence. Which word?
Sir, please.
Please, kindly. Okay, if you can get kindly word, you can get please word. So that means what are we doing in the sentence? We are
requesting.
And we are being polite at the same time. All right. Like, could you lend me some money, or would you lend me some money? So either way it is going to be correct. So don't think could and would are for the past only. They are for the present also. But when we are being very polite. Okay, next word is going to be may, guys. May is going to be for formal permission. Formal permission. Okay, which word we use for informal permission? Informal request.
Okay.
Can is there. Okay, opposite of can if you talk about. And if you want to be formal, formal is going to mean you're talking to someone who's senior to you. You're talking to someone who's your teacher. Okay, someone who's like a principal is there. Or you're talking to someone in office. Or you're talking to someone who is a stranger to you. Okay, someone who is elder to you. In these cases, you can use the word may. Okay, like if you are asking someone who's senior, teacher, principal in office, asking for the permission to enter the room. So you can say, may I come in, sir? May I borrow your pen? Suppose you're asking a senior person, or teacher possibly, or someone in the office. Okay, even with the strangers, we are supposed to use the word may. May is also used to show possibility, guys. Now in possibilities, if there are 50% chance of one thing to happen, in that case, we are going to go for the word may. Like it may rain today. So when you say it may rain today, so how many percent possibility we are showing?
50%.
Okay, that may come anytime. And this is the keyword, guys. Anytime generally is going to mean we are referring to thing may happen 50%. Okay, so that may come anytime. So that means we are referring to 50% chances are always there. Okay, 80-90%, we are going to use which word?
So can.
Can. Okay, if you are referring to possibility in the past, like something was possible in the past, then?
Could.
Very
Could.
good. And something has possibility of 50%, then?
May.
Okay. Now we must have possibility, and that can be very least possibilities here, right? Least possibility we are talking about. The least possibility or weak possibilities, guys, whenever we are going to use might. Okay, if you have 10 to 20%, even you can say 5 to 10% you have. In that case, you can go for might. Like he might come anytime. Also, we are using word anytime. You can remove that also. He might come. So when I say might come, that is going to mean we are literally not sure whether the person will come or not. But we are still making the statement that least possibility is still there. Like it might rain today. So when you say it may rain, it's 50%. It might rain, it's going to mean least possibility is there. Okay, then we use might have, guys. Might have is going to be for past possibilities. Okay, like could was there for the past possibilities. We can also use might have for the past possibilities. Okay, like she might have attended the meeting. So it is going to be a polite way of showing the past possibilities. When you don't want to hurt the person in front of you. We are not talking about the ability of the person here. We are talking about the past possibilities. Okay, and when you don't want to hurt the sentiments of the other person, then you can use might have. So any modal with have, like might have we have, must have we have, could have we have, okay, should have we have, would have we have. So the modal with have, they are always going to be a past time. Okay, they are going to denote something in the past time. Now when to use should have, would have, could have, and those things, we are going to discuss that at the end of the class. Once we are done with the modals, okay, then we'll discuss about that. For now, remember, might have is used for past possibilities when you don't want to hurt the sentiments of the other person. Like she might have attended the meeting. Okay, so you're being polite when you're saying this. He might have left yesterday. Okay, so it is possible that he had left the place yesterday. Better you might not have revealed the secret. Somebody has revealed something, okay, and you're just politely telling him that better you might not have revealed the secret. Okay, so in that way, we can use the word might have. Okay, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's come to the possibilities, guys. So when you say possibility, if you are kind of sure about one thing, you have read somewhere in the newspaper or somewhere, okay, you already have the forecast about the weather today, and you are sure, looking at the sky, you are really sure that it will rain today. So it is going to mean you are literally giving the guarantee that yes, this thing is going to happen. Other word you can use in place of will, that is going to be can, may, might, or could. The meaning will change. Will mean that we are saying that 90 to 100% possibility is there. Can is going to mean 80 to 90% we are saying. May is going to be there. We are saying any time of 50% chance are there. And might is going to be when we have least possibility of one thing to happen. And could is going to be there when we are referring to somewhere in the past time. Like if you say it will rain today. So you are already saying they are literally sure that it will really happen. If you say it can rain, so again you are giving kind of surety, higher chances you are talking about. 50% surety you have, so you can say it may rain. And we are saying least possibility, so you can say it might rain. Okay, when you say it might rain, you are literally not sure about it. When you say it could rain, so we are referring to in the past. Okay, any time from now, it was possible. So if there is a friend coming over, okay, to my house, and if you say he may come, so how many percent chances are there that he will come?
50%.
50%.
50%.
If you say,
50%, sir.
I'm really sure that he's going to come 100%, 90 to 100%, then which word I'm going to use?
Sir, will.
Well,
Well,
very good. And if you could come in the past, then which word? Which word I'm going to use? If it was possible in the past.
Could.
could.
Can be. Okay, so accordingly, we are going to use the word, guys, will, can, may, might, or could when you're referring to the possibilities. All right.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay,
Yes,
now
sir.
let's go to the other word that's going to be shall and will. So when we did, the future tense, which words we were using there? Future tense.
Shall and will.
Will,
Shall and
shall.
very good.
Shall and will.
Okay, guys. So now let me tell you one thing. When you talk about the helping verbs, okay, in present time and the past time, we always use one type of helping verb. Which helping verb we use? Primary or modal helping verb?
Primary.
Very good. Okay, there we
Primary.
use do, does, did. Is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, and has been, have been, and had been, right? But when you go to the future tense, in there we don't use the primary helping verbs. We use which helping verbs? Modal helping verb. Okay,
Modal.
modals, we can say modals are going to be used there. Now, since we are using modals there, so they are not going to take the simple rules. Okay, they are going to show multiple things there, because with modals there are so many things possible using one modal. So let's understand when to use shall, when to use will. If you think that shall is for I and we, so it's not like that. We can change the word shall and will with different type of subject. So guys, when we have a general statement, okay, if you have made a statement, okay, just for sake of saying something, in that case, shall is going to be used with I and we. Okay, and will is going to be used with the rest of the subjects. Now, this thing is possible when the sentence is either affirmative, negative, or interrogative. Okay, when you have made one statement only. In that case, we can use shall for I and we and will for the other subjects. Okay, general statement, when you don't mean it, but you have made a statement, like we shall take this initiative. So when you say we shall take this initiative, we are not sure. We have made a statement, someday it will happen. They will prosecute him in the court of law. We are not sure when exactly. We are not saying tomorrow, but in the future, somewhere. It's a general statement we have made. Okay, but on the other hand, if you have a sentence wherein you are making a promise, there is a sentence we are showing willingness in the sentence. Okay, we are saying there is a certainty, surety is there. There is a determination, and there is a threat, command, or order. In these cases, guys, we are going to change shall into will into shall. That is going to mean different subjects will be taking different type of word. Okay, general statement, shall is for I and we, will is for other subjects in affirmative, negative, interrogative sentence. And if there's a sentence wherein we have promise, willingness, certainty, determination, threat, command, or order. And if the sentence is in affirmative or negative. Okay, this rule is applicable only if the affirmative sentence or negative sentence is there. So what happens is, if you have a sentence like subject like I and we, okay, and we have any of the above case, any of these 5 cases, in that case, I and we will be taking will. And other subjects are going to take which word? Shall. Now, if you would like how it is possible, so let's focus over these sentences. So when you say I dash to Mumbai tomorrow anyhow, which word I'm using in here?
Sir,
Anyhow.
Anyhow. So what kind of thing we
Anyhow.
have in the sentence? We are showing certainty.
Certainty.
Okay, we are saying that
Mumbai anyhow.
yes,
Certainty.
anyhow it is going to happen. Okay, we are showing willingness also. Okay, that I have the desire, I'm going to do it in the future. So that's going to be there. Now you shall not move out of this house without my permission. Okay, you will we say or you shall we say? What is right?
So will.
Well, okay, but
Will.
here what are we using? Shall. So why are we using shall here over will?
Sir, a command.
Yes, there is a command here. Okay, we are saying without my permission, this thing shall not happen. Okay, I'm not saying this thing will not happen. I'm saying this thing shall not happen. So there is a threat, command, or order. Okay, when we are saying there is a determination, you made a statement, but you are very determined about it. Okay, you really want to make it complete. So you can say, I will achieve my goal. So when I say I will achieve my goal, it is going to mean we are showing determination in the sentence. You can also say I shall achieve my goal someday. Then there is no surety. Getting better? Like here, I
Yes.
dash it in your
Yes.
book tomorrow, and we are saying for sure. So that means we made a statement, and we are saying that the person is saying here that tomorrow this thing will surely happen. There is a promise the person has made. So what I'm going to use with I will here. Okay, I will return your
Will.
book tomorrow for sure. There is a promise being made. If there is somebody else making a promise, like she shall return your book tomorrow, and we are saying for sure, guarantee is there. There is a kind of promise. In such a case, again, we are not saying she will. We are saying she shall. So the sentence is not wrong. The sentence is going to be correct. Okay. So remember, if the sentence is either in affirmative or negative case, guys, we can always change will into shall into will. Bhumika, you want to ask something? Okay, everyone. So remember, whenever we have promise, willingness, certainty, determination, threat, command, or order, in that case, with I and we are going to use will. Other subjects are going to take shall. And if there is a normal statement, a statement which we have made for the future time, we are going to use shall with I and we. Other subjects will be taking will. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Okay. I told you one thing that there that is going to be shall and will. Okay, they are going to be used with I and V. In one case, that is going to be interrogative. Okay, in interrogative case, guys, with I and V always use shall. We don't go for will there. Like, can I say will I go there?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No,
That's going to
sir.
be wrong. You have to say shall I go
No,
there?
sir.
Because this rule is applicable. This thing we can use interchange will and shall. That is applicable when the sentence is either affirmative or negative. Okay, but if it is an interrogative again, then we have to stick back to the normal rule. Okay, with I and we are going to use shall. Other subjects will be taking will. Like, will I buy that dress? Is that right? Will I buy that dress?
Yeah. No, sir.
No, sir.
Shall I buy that dress? Will we go there or shall we go there?
Sir,
Shall we go there?
Shall we go there? It's going to be correct. Okay, so remember, in interrogative case, shall is for I and we, other subjects will be taking will. But in the affirmative and negative case, we can interchange them as per the need of the sentence. If there's a normal statement, shall is for I and we, will is for other subjects. And if there's a case of promise, threat, certainty, command, order, determination, okay, in these cases, we can interchange will and shall. Okay, everyone?
Okay,
Any
sir.
doubts so far?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
Let's understand about would also, guys. So would is going to be past form of will. Now we often read it that past form of will is going to be would, but when do we use it then? And which type of sentences? We have done one thing before in this class. That was conditionals, remember?
Yes, sir.
Okay, in which conditional we
sir.
were using would, should, could, might, had to? Which conditional was that? First, second, third, zero. Like if I go to America, I will stay with my aunt, or if I went to America, I would stay with my aunt. Which one of them is in the past? First sentence or second?
I went to. I went
Went
to.
and yes. Okay, that means second statement. So which conditional was there of the in which we had used would, should, could, might, had to? Which conditional was there? Second conditional. Hypothetical second conditional was there. Remember?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's where we use would, guys. Okay, if you have the past sentence, okay, sentence belonging to past tense, so we don't use will there. Which word we are going to use?
Would.
Would.
Would will be. Okay, would is going to be there. For example, if you have a sentence, if you asked him, he dash help you. Now we have would and we have will. So what will you use here?
The would.
Would.
Would. Why are we
sir.
using would here? What are we using in this part?
Ask, sir.
Sir asked.
And we are using second conditional, right? Which condition is this? Which condition is this?
Second, sir.
Second.
Second.
Okay, so that's the reason we are going to go for would here. We are not going to go for will. That's going to be incorrect. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Apart from that, guys, would is also used when we are referring to a past routine of a person. Okay, that's one use. Past routine of a person is going to also take would. Like he would go for a walk when he was young. So we are referring to what? A past routine of the person. Okay, in the past, we are not talking about the ability of the person here. Rather, we are talking about what? That this was a thing which was possible in the past. Eklavya? Am I audible to you, Eklavya? Better stop playing with the emojis, please. Now going back here, guys, so would is used for showing past routine. Okay, when you're talking about the past routine of a person, go for the word would. And it's not that we have to use would only. Okay, we can go for other word that is going to be used to, or we can simply use simple past tense. Remember, wherever you can use used to, that means which tense we can use. If you guys remember, simple present or simple past. If you are talking about used to in the past time.
The
Yes,
simple past.
Simple past was there.
The simple
Okay,
past
like he
are-
would go for a walk when he was young. We can say he went for a walk when he was young, or we can say he used to go for a walk when he was young. Either way, it is going to be right. So for past routine, we can use used to, we can use would, or we can use simple past tense. Apart from that, guys, would is also used for very polite requests. In place of which word?
Would.
Like,
Could.
would you please shut the door? Which word are we using in between?
Sir,
Please.
please.
That is going to mean we are referring to a request in the sentence. Okay, when we have requests, so we are going to use would, or we can use could also. Like, would you please shut the door, or could you please shut the door? But if you say can you shut the door? So that is going to mean you are showing authority. You already know the person is going to shut the door. Okay, you are being informal in that case. Okay, beta. And if you say
Yes.
may you shut the door? So what is going to mean there? We are being formal, but again, okay, 50% chance we are talking about in that case. But if you want to be very polite, in that case, you can go for could or would. Okay, guys, but in one case, okay, when you're referring to the preference, okay, when we ask for asking somebody whether he would like to have one thing or over the another, and we have the word like in the sentence, okay, then which word are we going to use? Would is going to be there. Okay, like if you're asking for the preference of whether a person would like to have a cup of tea or coffee. So we are going to say, would you like to take a cup of coffee or tea? Here we cannot use the word could. Okay, otherwise the meaning is going to change and that's not going to be appropriate. Okay, so whenever we find the word like and we find the word like love, in that case we are talking about the preference of the person. Okay, like would you like to take a cup of coffee or tea? So that's going to be correct. Okay, apart from that, guys, if you're doing the direct indirect reported speech in class 8th or class 7th, you must have gone through reported speech. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So
Yes,
when
sir.
you talk about the reported speech, guys, when we are doing the transformation of the sentence, Okay, so after transformation, that is going to mean when you transform this part of the sentence, the one which is reported speech, the one which is inside the inverted commas, when you're doing that transformation, after transformation, whenever you get the subject like you, he, she, it, they, or any noun is given to you, apart from I and we, okay, then we are going to use the word would. Like here, he said he will come. So when you do the transformation, it's going to be he said that, he will be he, right? He means whom we are referring to, the subject. So we're going to say he would come. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But if you change this sentence, or later we'll talk about, okay, once we start with shall, then I'll tell you. Okay. Apart from that, guys, would is also used to express opinion or hope. Okay. In these type of sentences, when you're expressing opinion or hope, so we get the word like or love. Like I would love to tell you something, or I would like to tell you something. Like is going to mean you are just telling, you want to express your opinion or hope. And when you use the word love, so you're emphasizing on it. In that case also you can go for the word love. Like I would like to inform you about it, or I would like to tell you something. So in that case is also we use would. Okay, would is also used for wishes. Okay, which tense we can use in place of would? Let me give you some options. There was a tense we could use with simple present, and then there was only one chance we use past tense. Which tense was there? Simple past, past continuous, past perfect, with the words like wish, wishes. Who remembers? Anyone? There was a tense, guys.
So what is
Okay.
it?
Okay. If you have a sentence like I wish, she wishes, Madhuri wishes, then which tense we could use here?
Ma'am, it's a present.
Present.
Tense.
Present.
Okay, I told you one concept, guys, last time. That was if you have wish sentence, like I wish, she wishes, he wishes. On the other side, we could use past perfect tense. Remember? Past perfect
Yes,
tense.
sir.
Like I wish I had taken the 3 o'clock train. Remember that?
Yes, sir.
So when you're talking about the
Yes,
wishes,
sir.
guys, okay, those are the wishes which were not fulfilled in the past. Okay, then we can use simple present with past perfect. But if you're referring to something you wish for the future time, okay, and we are being hypothetical at the same time, then we can use simple present tense and we can use the word would. Like I wish I would be a successful man. That means in the future, any time in the future, I would be a what? A successful man. Okay, if I would have been a successful man, then it would be better. So that's going to be the meaning. Okay, then we have the another word that's going to be should, guys. So should is going to be the past tense of shall. Okay, when you do the transformation of the sentence, direct or indirect. So if you have a subject like I and we, in that case, we use the word should. Like I said, I shall go to school tomorrow. When you do the transformation, so after transformation, which subject, which was the subject we are getting? Like I said, that. What's the subject coming up? The highlighted one.
Right.
I is
I.
there. Okay, so when you have I and we after transformation, we are going to use should. Like I said, that I should go to school the next day. That's going to be correct. Now suppose, guys, if you have the similar sentence, we have he said, comma, inverted comma, I shall go to school. The same sentence is given to you. Okay, when you do the transformation, it's going to become he said that, okay, dash, go to school the next day. I'm giving you some options. We are going to have should go, okay, would go, will go, or shall go. Which one is right answer?
So will go.
Achha, let me change the subject also. We have he should go, he would go. We have he will go again, and he shall go. Which is the right answer here?
He
So
should
he
go.
would.
He shall go.
Shall go. Okay, we are doing the transformation also, right? We have opened up the inverted commas. We are doing the indirect statement. This is the indirect statement. So what is going to be
He
correct?
should go.
Should go.
He
I
should
should
go.
go.
Achha. Are we sure? What was mentioned here, everyone, when you are doing direct into indirect? If you get the you, he, she, it, they, or any noun, which word are we going to use?
NV.
Sir,
If you have to choose between would or should, which word we are going to use?
Sir, would.
Would is going to be there. Right. Now we have this sentence. He said that he dash go to school the next day. Should go, would go, will go, shall go. So which one is the right answer?
So he would go.
Would go.
Sir, what he would go.
This one is going to be right. The reason, guys, because what's the subject here?
Sir, he.
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 That's the reason we are going to go for would here, not should. I and we will be taking which word? Should. Okay. And
Should.
if you have any other subject than I and we after transformation means this sentence. In that case, we are going to use would here, not should. I hope that is clear.
Yes, sir. Clear. Sir.
So same thing is
Yes,
here,
sir,
like he
yes.
said, I shall go to school tomorrow. When you transform the sentence, it's not shall changes to should or will changes to would. That's the wrong concept, everyone. Okay, remember, if after transformation, if you get he, she, it, they, any noun is given, then use would. And after transformation, if you're getting a subject like I or we, in that case, go for should. Okay. Okay. Apart from that, should is also used to show or express general obligation, general duty. Okay, somebody is there, you are just like your brother is there, your sibling is there, or somebody whom you know already. Okay, he or she is there, and you just want to give a general advice to a person. In that case, which word we can use? Should will be. Like you should look after your old parents. So when you say you should look after your old parents, in this case, we are talking about a general obligation, general duty. Now, guys, we have advised the person. It is up to him or her whether they take their advice or not. Okay? We have just informed them. That's it. Like you should pay all your taxes. So that is going to be a general obligation or general duty. Again, if you're advising someone or you're giving your valuable suggestion, you have given the suggestion, you have done your duty. Now it is up to them whether they accept it or not. Like you should consult a doctor. You see that somebody is there who is sick. Okay, you can say you should consult a doctor. So you have just said it. Okay, now you have advised the person, given the suggestion. It is over the person whether he accepts it or not. She should do yoga exercises daily. He should learn English if he wants to get a good job. There is a reason. Okay, if he wants to achieve it, in that case, this is what he has to do. Then also we can use should. Okay, should is also used to express purpose or motive. Okay, when we did something in the past time, okay, there was a motive behind it. There was a purpose behind it. In that case, we can use the word should in place of would also. For example, Mohan walked fast. Okay, so Mohan did what? He walked fast. So there will be a reason behind it. Yes or no? So the reason was so that he should catch the train. Satish worked hard. So there must be a reason why he was working hard. Right? So that he should stand first in the class. So when you talk about there was something done in the past time and there was a motive or purpose behind it, in that case, we can always go for the word should. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Next
Yes,
thing,
sir.
if you talk about the state, you are stating imaginary results. Okay, so imaginary results mean you are imagining and then you are telling somebody something. In that case, you can use would. Like he should get angry. Why he should get angry? If he had come to know about it. If he had come to know about something, in that case, he should get angry. Okay, we can also use he would get angry if he had come to know about it. It is also going to be fine. Also, guys, should is also used to express polite requests. Okay, when you want to be polite to somebody with I and V, you can use the word should. Like I should be thankful if you give me some money. Okay, in that case also we can use should with I and V. Okay, this rule is very important, and the rule is going to be if you ever get the word lest in the sentence, which word we have?
Sir, lest.
Okay, less is going to mean
Yes.
in case. What's the meaning of this word? In case.
Sir,
Sir, in case.
And
In
less
case.
is always followed by the word should, guys. This
Should.
is a grammatical rule, or you can say this is an exception. Like in chemistry, you have a lot of exceptions, right? In English, this is one of the exception in which whenever we get a word less is always followed by which word?
Sir, should.
There is no other
Should.
word which we can use in place of should, guys. Like, and no other modal verb can be used. Like run fast lest you dash miss the bus. And you have the option like shall, should, can, could, might, okay, had to, will is there. In no matter what verb is given to us, we are always going to use which word? Which one is
Should.
the right answer? Should is going to be the right answer. Okay, we cannot go for any other answer, guys. So you'll often find these type of sentences in exam. Okay, like run fast lest you dash miss the bus. Okay, or work hard lest you fail in the exam. So what I'm going to say, run fast lest you should fail in the exam or shall fail in the exam.
Sir, should.
Should fail in the exam.
Sir, should.
That is going to be there. Okay, so let's see the last modal that's going to be used to. Now used to we have done. Which other word we could use in place of used to, if you understood it properly last time? So we can use either simple past tense or we can use the word would. Okay, used to is used to show past habit. Okay, if there's some past habit of a person, you want to talk about them, then we can use the word used to. Or we can simply go for the simple past tense, or we can go for the word would. Like I used to go to school by bus when I was young. So what are we referring to here? When I was
Young.
and this was a routine of the person. I used to go to school by bus. Or we can say I went to school by bus when I was young. Again, we are using simple past tense in this case. Here we are using used to, and here we are using went to. And here again we can make the same sentence. I can say I would go to school by bus when I was young. So which word we are using here? What is going to be there? Okay, so it is up to us whether we use used to, we use simple past tense, or we use the word would when we are referring to the past habit of a person. All right.
Yes,
One more
sir.
sentence we have. We used to go out for dinner when we were in Delhi. So we are saying in the past time we used to do this. We can also say we would go out for dinner when we were in Delhi, or we went out for dinner when we were in Delhi. So either way it is going to be correct. All right.
Yes, sir.
So guys, we are still left with some of the models which we are going to complete in the next class. Okay, so now if you have a doubt, you can step back and ask a doubt. Otherwise, we can end the meeting here. And I'm going to send one of the assignment. The assignment